Welcome back for part 4. This video might get the rest of Mike's testimony before cross-examination begins. The prosecutor's just been sitting over there waiting for her turn to get up and chew Mike's ass, and she doesn't disappoint.
Nobody. And I told him that too on the phone. I said, Dad, I didn't shoot nobody. And he said, well, Mike, if you didn't, you need to turn yourself in. And he told me that the cops said that they know that he brought me cigarettes and that if they find out he had anything else to do with it, they're going to give him charge of murder too. And I told him.
And he inadvertently reveals here that his dad knows more than he's telling the police. That's why he's leaving this like, don't tell him nothing else. What else does the dad know that he's not supposed to tell the police?
I said, well, because he said all I told him was that he just brought me some cigarettes. And I said, well, look, that's all you told him. Just leave it at that. When I turn myself in, just keep it like that. Don't just leave it at that. I'm scared to death my dad's gonna get arrested. My dad's got health problems. He can't handle something like that.
It's amazing the excuses they come up with that his father's health comes into play here somehow. I imagine his father's health wasn't a concern when he tattooed 2 teardrops on his face and went over there and showed it to him, because he was pissed and severely disappointed.
And I'm scared to have him anywhere near this. They're threatening to throw him in the middle of it.
In Mike's mind, he's thinking, I got the jury just where I want them. The jury's thinking, oh, this poor, noble, mentoring, honest young man got tied up in the middle of this. And not only that, his own father's getting dragged into it. This is horrible. It's obvious what happened here. This man is innocent. Your Honor, send him free.
He said, you need to turn yourself in. I said, you know what? You're right. I need to hang up with him. And I remember I was so mad when I hung up because I knew what the score was.
Yeah,
I knew
you
what the
killed
score was.
Seath,
They,
and now you're going to
SWAT
jail.
team kicked the door in. They're looking for me, saying I shot somebody. I remember I was so pissed. I took the phone and I slammed it down. There was a fireplace with some cinder blocks around it. And I just took the phone. I was just so mad. I remember I threw it. The phone broke. I remember I grabbed it and I just threw it in the fire pit. I was so pissed. And I think it was Crystal, Danielle. She was sitting out there. Josh Paget and Jimmy Jr. Senior was asleep. He had to get up to work soon. They asked me, said, Mike, what's going on? I told him, I said, there's people up in Summerfield saying, they're saying stuff about me. Saying stuff I didn't do. And they're saying, well, what happened? And I tell them what happened. I told them,
Mike did tell them what happened, what actually happened. Well, he told different versions to different people. He told the son and his son's friend that he had to kill somebody because it was a gang thing. Then he told the husband and his girlfriend that someone raped his little sister and he had to kill him. There was never no, people in Summerfield telling lies about me. Mike told everybody what he did. They all testified to this.
well, look, and this is what I was told too. That somehow this dude was there, got into a fight with someone else. The fight went bad. Dude, he was getting his ass kicked. Not the victim, the one that got killed, but the other kid was getting his ass kicked. And he pulled out a gun and shot him. And he said, I told him, he said he ran outside. So he shot him outside. So he brought him back in, put him in the tub, shot him again. Put him in a sleeping bag, threw him in the fire. And I told him, next day, put him, they put him in buckets. Remember, I told him, I said, they put him in buckets. And I told him, I showed him where the Lime Rock pit was.
Now see, up until now, Mike didn't know what was in the buckets. But now here's magic information out of nowhere again.
And they asked me, they said, well, Mike, what are they saying you did though? I said, Mike, I told them, I said, they're saying that I shot him. You know, I told them, I said, they're saying I shot him. And he said, oh, Mike, you gotta tell Big Jim. You gotta go tell Big Jim. I said, you know, you're right, because I don't know what to do. None of us know what to do. We go out, we go back inside the house. Big Jim getting up. He comes out in the living room. I tell him, the same thing. I tell him, there's stuff going on up in Stark, and they're saying I shot somebody. And he's like, Mike, and I told him too, because I told everybody, because everybody was pretty much sitting around, and he asked me, he said, well, why did he get killed? I told him, I said, because he asked me why he got killed. I said, the brother killed him because he was beaten on and apparently raped his sister. He killed him because he was raped and beaten on and his sister. And I told him that, and he's like, well, Mike, if that's what happened, you need to turn yourself in. And I told him, no, you're right. I need to. I got to clear this up. I got people up in Summerfield saying I shot somebody when I didn't. And he's just you gotta turn yourself in. You gotta turn yourself in. Said he can't have this in his house like this. I said, all right. I went out. I'm sitting out there, and
Now watch Mike here. In his mind, he does have an idea of how the jury is perceiving him. And here he's going to justify his drinking because he's in for a long night. And in his mind, that's funny. And you can see him smile and look at the jury, almost hoping like there's going to be a laugh track. Like, oh yeah, I totally get that. I would need a drink too.
I was going to be drunk before I turned myself in because I knew this was going to be a very long day. Start thinking, not out there maybe 5-10 minutes, Here comes the cops pulling up. There was so many of them. They have at least 20 cars pulling up in trucks and SUVs. They grabbed me, slammed me on the ground, grabbed me, took me out.
Well, we made it, ladies and gentlemen. This is the grand finale of the bullshit story. He's gonna tell how violent the police were with him and grabbed his silver chain and dragged his ass around, which he wants the jury to have sympathy for him here. But what he's failing to grasp is he is a child murderer. He murdered a kid. I don't think they're gonna come up and be super dainty with you. But Mike was offended. The police were so rough, he shot and killed a boy. Why would the police be, first of all, afraid of Mike? He already demonstrated he can kill people with no limit, killing a child. That's why Mike's having such a hard time in prison. A lot of the prison gangs won't even accept him. Any crime involving children, you're screwed in prison. They have standards.
To the truck, and I got this thick silver necklace on, which they took from me, that he was choking me with. They took me out there and they put me in the back of the squad car. And I'm sitting in the back, and the guy in the driver's front seat, I think it was like a couple of them, they're sitting there telling me, oh yeah, we got
Yes, I imagine the police were very proud they caught a child murderer. You were probably the most important thing for the whole police department that night. Trying to find a child murderer. And they got you. They got you. See, they already had all your little friends arrested, and they already told the police everything. They told the police what a big bad gangster you were, and how you were just gonna run and disappear, and they would never find you. But guess what? They found you. Sorry they were too rough on you there, sissy boy. You can kill kids, but if somebody's rough on you, what the hell are they thinking?
Got you now, we got you. Oh yeah. Yeah, we know what you did. Yeah, everybody told us what you did.
That's right, Mike. Every one of your gang that you left crying behind, When they got caught by the police, they told them everything. But, I mean, you're quite the hypocrite to be mad at them for telling the police anything. I mean, you told everybody you know what you did. You told everybody, people you weren't even in a relationship with anymore. You went and told old ex-girlfriends what you did. So they have already got all this testimony. They already know all about this. So, and you're the last one caught. You're up here on the stand lying about everything, which is to be expected.
So you're like, what are you talking about? No, save it. We already know what happened. And at that point, you know, because I've been through this with the police where it doesn't matter what you say. If somebody's already said it does not matter. They are going to twist it and turn it, and they're going to put it against you. Away, you know, got in the interview room with Detective Bowie, told him I wanted to talk to my lawyer because I got the cops harassing me nonstop. Oh yeah.
I mean, this is a bunch of bullshit. I'm a big time murderer, and these cops are being smartasses to me and laughing at me in my face.
You're going down. You're going to prison. And, you know, instead of other things, I'm not gonna repeat.
Thanks for sparing us the details of the police trolling your fucking pansy ass. Them laughing about. The cops walked in and seen your face all fucked up, like you said, your nose was broken, your lip was bleeding, your knees all fucked up, and you're wearing white slides. I mean, they're like, what the fuck happened to this little prick? And they said, he thought he could throw an aerosol can in a fire, and guess what? It exploded in his face. And they all died laughing. Some of them were falling on the floor laughing, and that really just hurt Mike's feelings. You know, that's bullshit.
I asked my lawyer. We get, you know, they asked me if I want to come back to Marion County. I said, yeah, sure. You know, get back to Marion County. We get in the vehicle, shoot back over to Marion County. We must have been like a Suburban or something. A guy on my right, a guy on my left, two in the driver's seat. Everybody's got guns out, you know, the wazoo. We pull up.
I mean, wow, Mike, like the police had guns. Like, was that intimidating? Like, how many guards did it take to get you transported? Did they have like 1,000 guards and 4 police cars in the front running a convoy because you're so dangerous? Like, they had, how many guns did they have out the wazoo? Was that like 500 guns?
Take me in the interview room. Stripped butt naked, you know, he said they're making fun of me and taking pictures and posing with me and stuff.
And here, Mike's all particular about the words he uses and other people uses. The guy that he was handcuffed to at the bench that he told that he killed that little boy that testified in court, he got all pissed. He said, I was never in a holding cell. But what he was in was a great big cell with a great big long bench. And he was in there with one guy, okay? It wasn't a holding cell. So here Mike is saying they took him in the interrogation room and stripped him naked. No, that ain't where they do that at, Mike. But in Mike's world, they just took him in there where they interviewed him and said, take your clothes off, little boy, get them panties down.
And it got bad, like it was a freaking circus, and people thought it was a freaking joke.
It's funny, you know. It's a good story. It's funny. You're a funny guy.
What do you mean? You mean the way I talk? What?
It's just, you know, you're just funny. It's funny, you know, the way you tell the story and everything.
Funny how? I mean, what's funny about it?
Tommy, no, you got it all wrong.
Oh, Anthony. He's a big boy. He knows what he said. What'd you say?
You're right.
Funny how? What?
Just, you know, you're funny.
You mean,
So?
well, let me understand this, because maybe it's me, I'm a little up, maybe. But I'm funny how? I mean, funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you. I make you laugh. I'm here to fucking amuse you. What do you mean?
So they were laughing at you like you were a clown. Let me guess, you straightened it all out with them, right? No. You beta sissy cuck motherfucker. You sat in your little cell and cried. And you probably told everybody that called you talked to when you was in jail, the people are mean to me, the guards are laughing at me. I mean, you could have straightened them out, little gangster dude. But no, you are a funny little clown.
Take me out. They put me out in there's this big office area. That's when cell phones came out. Everybody's taking pictures and oh yeah, we got him, yeah. So we pulled up to
And this is some doublespeak from Mike. He's bitching about them taking pictures, which they weren't. Saying, oh yeah, we got him. He's gloating. He's trying to act like he's the big bad gangster. Everybody was looking for him and they finally got him. He's secretly gloating. And this is a part of his narcissism. He wants to throw all this in people's faces.
They finally brought me from the substation to the actual jail.
Mike, all I want to know is, was you in a good mood?
I wasn't in a good mood. They brought me in. The task force people came in. They got ski masks on. They sat on this bench.
Yeah, Mike, we get it. There are a lot of police at the police station.
Sat on the bench with this guy that I later find out his name is William Faulkner. Never in a holding cell with him. Was on a bench in booking. Never in a holding cell with this guy. In fact, I couldn't remember his face until I seen him get up here. Anyways, I'm sitting there and there's this task force guy with an officer sitting, like standing right in front of me. They're both looking at me. I'm drunk and I'm angry and I'm pissed and I'm all messed up.
He wasn't drunk. He admitted on the stand and he was only free 5 to 10 minutes before the police showed up and got him. Grabbed his silver chain and dragged him out to the car like he was a dog.
He's like, what happened to his face? Oh, threw it in the fire and it blew up and that's what happened to his face. And guys sitting here joking about this right in front of me, you know, talking about.
Would you prefer they excused themselves before they had a conversation, a private conversation that you're eavesdropping on? And they're only stating facts. I mean, it makes you look like a dumb shit, but it's true. See, Mike, you got the mentality of a 15-year-old child, and you were hanging out with children yourself. You're surprised when a grown man does something in your face, which is common practice for grown alpha men. You used to bossing these little kids around, and when you get in the adult world, it's a big surprise. It's a reality check for you. You're super offended.
Like, I'm not even right here. I'm just talking about me. Yeah, we got him. He's, everybody told us what he did, and this is what he did. They got the details totally messed up, but they sat there and said it anyways. What I ended up doing is I laid on that bench and I went to sleep.
Well, that's a major red flag of guilt right there. When they go to sleep, like if they were innocent, they wouldn't be able to sleep. It'd be driving them crazy. Mike's so mad about the facts. He doesn't want to know the facts. He wants to run away and hide from them. And he gets mad when people are contradicting or don't want to go along with what he's saying. So when this prosecutor gets up and starts correcting Mike, he starts to get that attitude.
I was fed up. I made a phone call to my dad. I told him to get Holloman up here to come talk to me, and I went to sleep. That was it. Yeah. That's it. Here I am.
Any further questions, Mr. Holloman?
No narrative form, Judge. 10 of the witness for cross-examination by the state.
And that is Mike's story. Stay tuned for the cross-examination. Like and subscribe.